Good night. Nope. Good evening. Good morning. Hello there, everyone. Once again, as I jump into food, back at it once more. No, I'm kidding. Another draw stream. Yes, I know. I had to do the intro coughs just to go and get the feeling that I'm still dying inside. I don't know why. I feel like there's like this weird tendon that's next to my heart. I think it's an artery or something like that. It's been pulsing all day. Probably due to the amount of nutrients and good proteins and vitamins that I've been putting inside my body. Maybe the weird pain in my chest is my heart thanking me for the good health I've been giving it. You see, I can tell it's not bad because it was bad to be my left side because that means I'm going to be having a heart attack. But I'm not there yet. I'm not that close to death's doorstep. Come on. But as of recent, you may not know where I have been. It's Thursday. Why am I doing a stream on Thursday? Why was there no Misky on Monday? I had so many plans for streams this week. I was going to say, we're back to our normal weekly grind, but no. No, because I got a sinus infection again. I knew there was one coming up. I felt it last week, and I had the feeling of it, the metallic taste in the back of my throat. I was like, that's a sinus infection. I know it. I can't stop it. I can't get rid of it, but there it is. It's there. But it turned out to not just only be a sinus infection, but also turned out to be hay fever. Because in my area of the world, spring kind of is already here, I think. Is it? I mean, there's a cherry blossom tree blooming, or plum blossom tree. It looks like a cherry blossom tree, but a plum blossom tree blooming right next to my house. And there's wild desert flowers blooming all over my state. And along with it are those super toxic mushrooms that tend to give people allergies. And the trees are exploding with spores. So I'm breathing in the tree goo. Not the good kind of goop, but the bad kind of goop that makes you sick. And I'm not the only one. I'm not alone in this suffering. Like, multiple members of my family are also equally suffering. I seem to be doing the worst out of all of them. But I managed to survive the suffering, and here we are today, back at it once more with another drawing stream. In fact, the final drawing stream for Fairy Fashion February, because obviously it's the 26th. That means there's only like 2 days left in the month. There's only 28 days in this month. It's February, come on. Unless it's like a leap year, then there's 29 days, but we only factor that in when it's a leap year. We don't have another leap year coming in for like another 2 years, so I can't ever do a 29 days of Fairy Fashion February, unless if we continue on the campaign further and further and further, which I think I might intend on doing. But right now, we're still inside the big 26, early 26, and I wish to go and finish the last two drawings on 2/26/26. So I'm playing Peak with friends, and I sacrifice myself to make them live, but they're dying at the most dumb ways. As per usual for most Peak playthroughs, you need at least one competent guy to go and lead the group, and then if everyone else dies, then the competent guy can go and survive and lead everyone to victory. And I mean victory, one guy makes it up to the top and laughs at everyone because they were dumbasses and they managed to die in very embarrassing ways. Is the game name Peak or is the game Peak? The game name is legitimately just Peak. In fact, I played it on the channel before. Here, I even have a calling card for it. Where is it? Right here. So let me get rid of my drawing stream image, and I go and put this on the board. See, I was playing Peak with some friends not too long ago. In fact, I intend to go and do that again, probably either in March or April, because I feel like my friends have gotten gooder since then, enough to maybe make it up to the top. Maybe do a difficulty 7 run, like how I did by myself on stream with you guys. But that's our future plan. Speaking about other future plans, we got March coming up. March means that we're going back to our normal streaming schedulifications. That means that we got normal drawing request streams, but also edumacation drawing streams. I have been in the mental works of trying to go and plan out. Nothing too big right now. Just need to go and get some things together to go and make sure that you guys do some learning and get to learn how to draw better. Obviously, one of the major things is trying to do a special type of education request stream. So that one's going to be a fun one. Another one is probably going to be perspective and maybe a revisiting of body framing. So like full-on body frames. But that would be for March and April. Now, as for the future of the rest of the Fairy Fashion February campaign and the Vote Fairy campaign in general, I intend to go and probably wait a month of March, but also try to go and get a fairy post out every Friday. So that way the fairy posts do not stop. It won't just be Tipsy, it will be other miscellaneous fairies. So that means whether it be Lemontini, Tipsy, or the miscellaneous mob fairies that exist inside the Touhou franchise. Even the random Glub Shudo fairies from the mangas. So, yeah, I've been needing art education. Very well then, very well then. Vote fairy indeed, vote fairy. Now, obviously, Wednesdays will also not only just be drawing streams, there will probably also be miscellaneous gaming streams on there too. Because obviously, I like Hytale too much right now. I'm putting a lot of energy into it. And I feel like I want to put more energy into it. So I think for right now, Mystia Mondays and Hytale Fridays will probably be a thing for right now. But Wednesdays will be miscellaneous days. Sundays will be miscellaneous days. If I decide to stream on those days, those will be special random days. Those will be like finding an Easter egg on the ground and saying, oh, hey, look, a random stream. Let me go and pop in. Oh, this is a random-ass game. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to stick around for it. That's how it's going to be. As for what random games I have planned, I have a couple of random games planned. Obviously, one of them is revisiting Scarlet Curiosity. We're curious about what is Remy's plot inside Scarlet Curiosity. But there are some other games I want to go and take a look at. Obviously, another one, the random ones, is Embodiment of Scarlet Devil, Touhou Project 6. I still need to go and play that on stream in order to go and try and see if I could get a 1cc clear. Now, that will be like just like a challenge video in itself. Because obviously getting a 1cc is not easy. It's not easy moto, let me tell you. But that's all future plan stuff. Not right here, not right now. Right now, we're going into the tablet, and we're going to go and try and finish our last 2 Fairy Fashion February drawings. Hold the phone for a second. Let me go and blow my nose. Oh, God. Oh, I had to go and get the rest of that garbage out of my nose. I'll probably be muting myself periodically to go and blow my nose. Because I'm still sliming. Even though the majority of the pain and the lightheaded dizziness and the muscular soreness is generally gone, I'm still left over with slime. So much slime to go and feed. You'd think that'd be like a Dragon Quest game. But it's not. It's a Dragon Quest game inside my nose. And the best way to go and fight it is with my wondrous holy tissues. So. Alright. Let's me go and change my positioning on my new desk mat that I managed to go and roll out. My old desk mat, I had to go and throw it out because it got nice and slimy. It got slimy. It got oily and tar-like. It was gross and disgusting. But I managed to get a new one, so I'm safe. For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, desk mats and mouse pads, they tend to melt over time. I didn't even know that. That's kind of gross. But this one, much better, much better. My old one was getting to the point where it was getting like on my wrists. It's like the weird black goo that felt like it was coming from like Satan's asshole was getting on my wrists. And it was my mouse pad was getting all lumpy and bumpy. It was starting to turn into like potholes on an unkept road, kind of like the roads outside my house. And I was like, you know what? I don't like my mouse going over speed humps. That's not good. That's hindering my output. It's hindering my efficiency. So best way to go up that efficiency numbers is to go and, well, replace said mouse pad with a new one. Hence, I got a new one. Just beat Pantheon 5 and Hollow Knight Mobile, starting Silkscon. Woo. And everything hit so hard. Hate it, yippee. Well, I congratulate... Oh, my PS2 joystick is missing? Oh, it's melting? Damn. Well, hey, you know, at least that's a good sign that you use that very, very much. I mean, me and my tablet pen... My tablet pen I've had for... How long have I had this thing for? Well, let's see. I got this thing when I started college. And I got out of high school in 2014. That means I got this in 2015. So this tablet, and this tablet's a hand-me-down from 3 years prior. So that means this tablet was made in 2013. Yeah, so this tablet is probably like 12 to 13 years old at this point. Who knows how old this tablet actually is? But it's getting on in age. I might actually need to invest in getting a new tablet, but not anytime soon. I don't think I have the monetary expulsion to go and insert my dollary dues into said tablet. But anyways, speaking about inserting my dollary dues, let's go and talk about inserting my timely-wimely dues. So, copying this, we're going to go and use this Tipsy model. I'm going to get started on my frame and invest my time into drawing our last two suggestions. They weren't really suggestions, they're more my own suggestions. Suggestions made by yours truly. Now, I would like to go and thank everyone and anyone who has sent me suggestions on my thingamabobs. Wait a second. There we go. On my thingamabobs, my posts on whether it be Twitter, whether it be YouTube, but mainly YouTube. Twitter's just Twitter's just dead. I don't know why. Twitter just kind of sucks. Show us the tipsies you made off stream. Oh, don't worry, I will in a couple seconds. For some reason, Twitter, it just sucks at like trying to gain traction with drawings that. I think it's probably because they have the hashtags in them or something like that, but, you know, they need to have hashtags. They need to be connected to the movement of Vote Fairy. But luckily, I do have my some dedicated followers that did manage to go and leave likes on those drawings. Obviously, people on YouTube, they're batting 1,000 when it comes to paying attention to what I got going to offer. Every single wondrous Fairy Fashion February submission I made, you guys have managed to go out and make a good splash every single time. Very consistent indeed. About 1.3 thousand likes per image. I'm like, you know what, that's pretty good. And when I see it on Twitter, I'm not really down and out by it because at least I'm guaranteed to have at least about 100 likes on those every single time. Now, why am I so concerned about likes is because I'm only concerned about likes on Twitter. Not on YouTube. YouTube, I don't really care because I know that there's people looking at it and I know there's people enjoying it because the comments show it. But Twitter, I kind of care because like the likes means that someone actually took a look at the image and bothered to actually like care about it for a second. Comments are really good, but I rarely ever get comments on it. But other than that, I feel like Twitter's algorithm is kind of taking a shit on my campaign. Kind of sucks, but it doesn't mean I'm going to give up on that. No, no, no. We try harder. We go further. But very quick, let me go and add an extra tipsy to the side. Let me go and add an extra fairy. Let's see, what kind of fairy can I add? We will add on a new fairy. This one? Yeah, we'll add on the smug fairy. There we go. The final fairy has been added. And then after that, all these fairies will go away. They'll go away. They'll all go back down to just one. But maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll keep them. Maybe I'll keep them a little bit longer. Who knows? Twitter does suck. The only way how I could see your R's by visiting your profile. Yeah, that makes sense. For some reason, the more people you follow, the less images you get from the people who you follow. You can check the who you follow menu on Twitter, but it still doesn't really give you all the people you follow. It's just like the dead fairy below. Oh, the dead fairy should be below the pyramid. I mean, it is a pyramid here. Let me grab the dead fairy. Let me see. Here we go. We got dead fairy. We'll go and put her. We'll put her down here. There we go. There we go. We stacked our fairies. All right, so let me go and show you the new fairies that we have managed to go. No, not we. There's no we. It's just me. Just me. Only I did. I'm not delusional. You are. Anyways, here are the new fairies that I managed to go and make. All you guys were waiting on me to go and return from the dead. So, first off, I drew a Blanc fairy. Blanc from Hyperdimension Neptunia. And then I drew a Zao fairy from Xenozone Zero. And then after that, two more extra fairies. One being Cardcaptor Sakura, and the last one being Gordon Freeman. Where is Mr. Freeman? Oh, there you are, Mr. Freeman. I've been looking all over for you. Are you by chance the one who managed to go and mess with the microwave? Anyways, I could have swore that you messed with my casserole. But, anyways, so let's go back to our last two tipsies. Our last two tipsies are the ones that I personally selected, and they're right here. We got Yuka from Touhou Project and Anya from Spy X Family. And our first one that we're going to get started on is the Anya one. I think I already have a pose in mind. A good, decent pose to go and work on. So, essentially, everything should be set in stone once I do the Yuka one. The Yuka one will be posted last. So, Yuka will be the last one to be posted. Anya will be posted tomorrow. And it'd be a good set-off for Fairy Fashion February. Because I was originally going to go and do Lily White. I figured it's like, Lily White's a little bit cliche. I think probably doing a different garden-based Touhou would be more applicable. And I thought that Yuka would probably be the best one. So, I mean, granted, she is red. And originally, Anya was not going to be Anya. Anya was going to be Kayuki, the other Vocaloid girl. But I already did a Vocaloid, technically. I did Taito. And having too many red characters would throw things off. And then I was like, oh, well, what about Suisasuke from Rose and Maiden? But then I was like, well, we're already doing a gardening one, so I can't really do that. So I'm just saving things for next year. So you can see down here that we have some remaining suggestions. Yuka with long hair. Technically Yuka with long hair. I mean, Tipsy has long hair regardless. We're doing Windows era Yuka because I like the long skirts. Let me see. I mean, generally, PC98 Yuka is just with pants. That's pretty much it. Gang, I really love Yuka. She's my favorite character. By the way, I have over 150 pictures of Yuka. I'm sure plenty of people have over 150 pictures of Yuka, but I don't think they're safe for work. But anyways, let's get started on this. So, I haven't done just a straight forward-facing Tipsy in a while. Let's see. No, I done a couple of forward-facing tipsies, but not in the particular order I wish to go and do. Alright. So we're just going to do it. So I just want to get the neck down. And then after that, we get to go and use the last of our circles. The last circle will be used on these. Obviously, I'll keep that circle. This circle right here, as crappy and crude as it is, managed to go and save me a bunch of time. But I think I should really try and invest into getting more efficient framework done. Alright. Thankfully, I already got my settings lined up, ready to go. I managed to go and do that before getting the stream started, so I don't have to go and fiddle around with any controls or anything like that. Alright. Thankfully, Anya's clothes, they're very easy to draw. So we should be able to get this done fairly quick. Fairly quick. Alright, let me go and try and get... You're gonna get a YouTube flashbang. There we go. I forgot to go and fix that. There. Yep. I'm gonna get my Anya reference on here. So we're gonna get a wide stance. So that's wide. Legs will be in a widened stance spread. Right. Right. This is just a very easy pose because I figured, you know what, if I'm still not feeling the best, but I'm not feeling the worst. If I am to go and do a warm-up, like what do you say, second to last draw, I might as well do something that would do a little bit of a cool-off. Just a bit of a cool-off. Because, I mean, I did a lot of the heavy hauling. Let me tell you. I did a lot of heavy hauling when I was down and out. Even though I was at my sickest, I was still doing things like working on the animation, doing Furry Fashion February drawings, and generally just trying to make sure that I was keeping active, kind of ordeal. Hence is just like why you were still seeing Furry Fashion February drawings coming out, because I didn't want to go and stop doing Furry Fashion February, because stopping Furry Fashion February that's bad. You don't want to stop Furry Fashion February in the middle of Furry Fashion February. That'd be a failure. We are not falling apart for this wondrous fairy-fueled holiday season. So, I need to make her taller. Hence is the reason why you still manage to go and get those wondrous fairy drawings that you managed to see for the past 4 days. 4 days, surprising enough. Yes, I know, I've been down and out that long. Now, all those other things is that, obviously, there was no Misty on Monday. There was no Misty on Monday this week. Big Sag indeed. But Misty on Monday will continue on next Monday. Is just because, unfortunately, when the sickness was at its worst, it was Monday. And let me tell you, a supreme case of the Mondays, not the best thing to go and have. Oh, let me tell you. Also, I got called into work that day, so even though I felt like utter dog shit, I still had to go into work. So, yeah, that was fun. That wasn't the best. It was not the best, and I had to go and move some shipments. Oh, man. Thankfully, my disease, or it's not really a disease I have, my allergens are not contagious, so that means I still had to go to work regardless. Those things have to move. They don't just sit there. Let me tell you, they just don't sit there. Let me see. Oh, Joe Toon, I have a question. You know who the puzzler is? No, I don't know, but it's definitely a puzzling question. Let's see. Congratulations, Ramu. Thank you. What flavor? Chocolate? Chocolate donuts, I'm guessing. Or, well, what type of donut? Normal donut. Chocolate donut. My brother sliced another donut and gave me a fork with it. I'm scared. Oh, that's horrifying. Anyways. Let me see. How are we doing on this tipsy right now? We're only on the framework, so... Framework should probably take the longest. Maybe. Actually, I don't think framework should take the longest, because in all reality, a framework is just an overglorified gesture drawing, so... I need to thin her shoulders out more. Maybe I should put her feet together. Feet together. You know what? Here, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to copy, pasta that right there. Move those legs right there. All right, let me go and just do a little bit of a shoop and a poop and a beep, bit of up, get out of here. All right, just gonna put one right there. Put one right there. All right. How's this going to look? We'll remove that foot for right now. Let me see. Yeah, you know what? That looks better. Yeah, that looks better. Here, let me go and just make some proper legs then. And don't worry, we are going to give Tipsy the face. She will have the face. I mean, you can't make an Anya without the face. It only makes sense. All right. I mean, granted, we're not going to see much of the legs anyway, so... Turn that foot. Wow. Twins. Wait, what? Genuinely curious question. Who would win? Curious George or the incident solver of Gensokyo? Well, I mean, if you're picking from an incident solver of Gensokyo, you're asking for like 7 people. That's Cerno, Aya, Reimu, Marisa, Yomu, Saguya, Sana A, not to be confused with Sana B. That's a lot. That's a lot of characters. I mean, like, come on, all that versus one Monkey Boy. Nah, Monkey Boy's beat. He's gotten beat. All right. And then after that, we'll just drop the arm down. I think what I can do, though, is I could probably push this out more. I'm going to try and exaggerate the S-curve a little bit. And that means I would need to raise one side of the hip down. I know, we're getting a little crusty here, but that's fine. It'll look better once I get everything set up and good. By the way, if you guys are ever drawing a frame and it starts to look bad, always remember that it is just a frame. Frames are supposed to look bad because they're not the final drawing. So always remember that. Right. The fairy is going to be saluting the viewer. Imagine to be saluted by a fairy. What honor. What honor it is. There we go. Always remember happy day. I'm gonna push her head back, though. Maybe full neck, since she is leaning. Today, my happy day, because donut. Oh, that's good. Simple things. The simple things make happy days. Let me get my bread out. Where's that bread hand? Yep, there we go. Now we got my bread hand. Right. I want my finger to go that way. I want to go that way. There we go. And then have all the other fingers follow. Yeah, you kind of like that. Up. Up. Go up. There we go. Her hand might be just the right size. Never mind. I was just going to go and say, oh, her hand might be a little bit too large. I was like, I was incorrect on that. So her arm, though, might maybe shortened. As is the issue with most short characters with giant heads. It's always difficult to make sure that their arms cover their heads. But at the same time, always remember that you have shoulder blades that can pick up and lower your entire arm structure. There we go. And it still looks natural. So, at the end of the day, don't forget, you have shoulder blades. You have biology! Alright. Okay, here we go. Let's get started on the main meat. Let's see. Is Tipsy a war veteran because of the fairy wars? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? I mean... I mean, would that mean that, like, every single fairy is a war veteran of the fairy wars? Because, I mean, like, the fairy wars kind of just happen. Seems like fairy wars kind of just happen every now and then due to fairies just wanting to have them and fairies just being a little bit too rambunctious at times. They go out, they shoot each other a lot, they laugh, and then they forget that it happened, and then they do it again the next day. Alright, so I want to go and put Tipsy's bow down here on her chest, so that means I'll probably leave that open then. That will be left open. Or maybe, wait, maybe put the bow, still, I know I could still put the bow on her head. I'll put the bow on her head, but I can still put the little triangle things with it. There you go, that'll work, that'll work. Alright, so let's see. Okay. I want to make these things how big? Not too big, not too big. I decided to choose Anya because A, meme face, B, very simple uniform and good drip to work with. And overall C, just easy drawing to complete. Not too simple to go and mess up, because all it really is a giant, like, cone shape. Essentially like a trapezoid. Trapezoid-shaped dress. What simpler things have been done before? None. Not really. Actually, I think out of all these drawings that I think about, I think the most simplest one that I've done so far, I would probably say the most simplest one, most likely the Mega Man one. If not the Squid Girl one. Actually, no, maybe the Pomni? No, I had some issues with Pomni. I think the most easiest one was probably the Mega Man or the Squid Girl. That's just a review of my current Tipsy drawings. Let's see. Alright, she is not only just wearing that, she also has like an undershirt. I want to see Deltarune and darker characters interaction with Touhou characters. Well, I mean, that'd be cool, but I'm not your guy. I'm not a Deltarune guy. That would be relegated to someone else. Sorry about that. Just like you people who keep on recommending me to play Ultra Kill, I will not. Or do anything like Ultra Kill related. It's just because I don't really care for it. So, let's see. Happy birthday to Wishnu. Oh, well, whoever Wishnu is, I guess happy birthday, yeah. Wait, what if I'm boneless? If you're boneless, then you're a soup. Today I did the impossible. I touched grass. That's good. That's good. Hopefully you didn't get any allergies from it, like I did. The mistake of touching grass and still, and you get sick. The grass fights back. You touch the grass, and the grass touches you in your nasal cavity with spores. Also, I finished my fan-made Touhou spell card battle. Oh, nice. Took me a year. Nice. 6 spell card with original character. Very good. Very good even. Thankfully for me, I don't have to worry too much about spell cards with Tipsy, because Tipsy doesn't really have much for spell cards. She only has 1 spell card, and that's it. I'm going to get this. Just going to go up like that. Yeah, Tipsy only has 1 spell card. And that spell card is called Canopy Tatsumaki. It is a spell card in which Tipsy launches a flurry of leaves. Now, it works by being powered up by other fairies around her, putting their magic into the spell card. So essentially, depending on how many fairies there are, the more potent the spell card is. Now, granted, Tipsy is just a regular old fairy, so if she were even to utilize that spell card, she'd probably be defeated even before she'd be able to activate it. So, or all of her fairy friends would be taken out prior to said activation spell card. Right? Alright, now we got the bottom half of the dress done. Now, obviously there's not that much detail on the uniform, but what I intend to go and do is probably actually do the patterns that are on the hems of the uniform itself. Since I figure that it'd be best to invest my skills and talent into that, which probably also involved me having one switch to a different size of brush, but we'll see it when we get to it. Also, you still hear me doing the sniffles. That's just slimes I gotta go fight there inside my nose. Twist that around. Let's see. Live Tippy reaction, yes. Let me see. I was originally going to play the gotcha slot that is Persona 5 Phantom X, but I might as well practice my art since there's an art stream today. Yay. A fairy spirit bomb? Yeah, pretty much a fairy spirit bomb. Bye-bye. Alright, well, you have a good... Oh, well, you have a good one. I now want ice cream. You should have had ice cream with the donut, you fool. Ice cream and donut is good combo. Very good combo. Turn my music down a little bit. Alright. So Mei Ling would be her King Kai? Maybe. But all I know is that when Tipsy activates her spell card, essentially all the other fairies can jump in and launch a very powerful fairy attack that does insurmountable amounts of damage. I'm gonna turn that knee this way. Hard to believe it's already going to be Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. Which means tomorrow's more hightail. I intend to build a base tomorrow in hightail, so if you guys want to go and see some base building, stay tuned for that. Also, I figured out that not too far away from my base, there is another one of those weird caldera things. So I wish to go and take a look-see into what is at the bottom of that caldera. I believe there might be some prehistoric Hollow Earth related action at the bottom. If I'm correct. I could have swore I saw a dino flying by last time, so I want to go and see some damn dinos. I mean, you gotta collect those memories anyway, am I right? Alright, let's see. Go. These are just your standard penny loafers. Well, actually, no, these are Mary Janes. There we go. Get the top buckle. Get the bottom buckle. Back heel. The front is a flat, so Ice cream is not opening. Try harder. Smack it against the table. Throw it in the microwave for like 2 seconds. You're making a dessert base? My finger hurts. Ice cream between 2 hottish glazed donuts equals a yes. Yes. Let's see. Alright, just want to go and get that wrapped around right here. There we go. Obviously, I still have to go and do Tipsy's hair, and I have to go and do the weird little tiny, like, triangle covers, pyramid things that are on Anya's head. So, and I'm not quite sure. I think they get covered by her hat when she's wearing them. Let me see. Oh, that's not what I wanted to see. I want to see Google Images. Google Images. Give me Anya Forger. Anya Forger. Let me see. Okay, so when she's wearing the hat, you can't see it. Gotcha. But only when she's wearing the hat. Well, I guess she's not going to be wearing the hat. We want to see the weird pointy things. Let me see. All right. Well, I guess we continue on then. We go and get onto the hair. All right. So I want. Let me try and get crosshairs on here. I want to push her face a little bit forward. Maybe push her chin out. She's a little bit slinked back. Alright, sculpt that out. Sculpt it. Sculpt it. There we go. Now you just go over it again. I was going to do this stream yesterday, but I was just not in the mood, by the way. Just for you people that were wondering. I was going to do this stream yesterday. Would have made much sense to go and do it yesterday. Because, you know, I've been doing it on Wednesday the entire time, but I just couldn't do it. For some reason, with the sickness, it does make my body very, very sore. And I don't know why it makes my body sore. You think if it's just affecting my sinuses, it wouldn't make my body sore. But it made it sore, and thus my body was not ready to go and accomplish such feats. The most I could do is just sit back and draw. Not really do much of the talky, more the walkie. At least I could do the drawy stuff, but not really the streamy stuff. How is your sinus infection? Much better by your chance? Yeah, it's coming through. Actually, speak of the devil. Wait, hold on. Let me mute my mic. I got a sneeze coming on. All right. I decided to go on mute just to go and de-slime myself. Also, I thought I had a sneeze coming on. I guess I saved myself from it. I prevented a sneeze. Now, I'm not quite sure on your guys' philosophy of sneezing. Would you guys prefer to catch a sneeze or lose a sneeze? Because sometimes I prefer to lose a sneeze. I don't like sneezing. Sneezing is painful sometimes. At least for me. Because if I lose a sneeze, sometimes it's like satisfying, but also somewhat a little bit disappointing. Not too disappointing. I know there's some people that they lose a sneeze and they get very like irritable. Me, sometimes I'm just like, you know what? Maybe it's better this way. Maybe it's better this way that I don't sneeze. Because then I don't have to do like the cleanup afterwards. Okay, be right back. I need a nail cut. Oh, okay. Yeah, but that generally, because it's like sometimes I got a sneeze coming on, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden nothing happens. And then I'm just like, well, you know, I think of the positives. I try to think of the positives of it. I was like, well, at least I did not manage to go and sneeze and blow snot all over the place, because that is disgusting. And the cleanup is disgusting. That means I need to go and wash my hands and everything like that. What a waste. What a waste of my time. I don't like wasting my time. This is inconvenient for me. I think of it in like a utilitarian response. It's practical. For me, lose the sneeze. Yeah, see? I think you get it. I think yous get it. To lose a sneeze, it may not be that satisfying. I mean, granted, sometimes you can have a satisfying sneeze, but like not all the time you want like a sneeze. Because when I was sneezing, like my back palate would rattle, and let me tell you, when your back palate rattles and there's a sinus infection in it, it hurts. It hurts real bad, and it rattles your brain, and it makes you feel like you're going into a heart attack mode. No, I'm kidding. You're going insane. I was going to withhold that. I was going to try find a more witty word to go and put it down instead of trying to do some kind of alliteration. But you know, whatever. It makes you feel like going insane. But sneezes are bad sometimes. Sneezes, maybe it's like a dependent on how you feel about them. How you're feeling that day. Kind of ordeal. Get rid of this. I'm gonna fix this. Fix it by raising it. Or maybe it's high enough. I think it's high enough for once. I think no. Don't lie to yourself, Joe. You gotta raise it. You gotta elevate it. Everything always needs to be elevated slightly, because if I follow the curvature of the head, it's never the correct amount. Let's see. Lose a sneeze. I sneeze like a bulldog. Lose. Trying to hold a sneeze is unpleasant. Generally, sometimes when I sneeze, I nosebleed. Damn, that's a hard sneeze. I sneeze like an M1 Abram tank. Sometimes it makes my throat itchy through. Ow, my finger. Bro really wants that ice cream. What kind of ice cream are you trying to do? Like, it sounds like you're trying to open like one of those little tiny ice cream containers that only have like a little bit of ice cream in them. It's like a single scoop of ice cream, but it's like a little plastic container, like those tiny Bluebell containers or Blue Bunny containers. This ice cream brand's always blue. Yeah, probably because ice. But it's always like one of those like tiny ice cream containers, where it's like once you open it, there's not that much ice cream in there, but at least it's satisfying because it gives you like a little tiny like wooden spoon to eat it with. Oh, it opened? Oh, cool. I had to remove it. I had to remove a nail, an ingrown hair. It's getting infected. Damn. That I don't know what that means. Unless you're talking about like an ingrown nail, then yeah, that sounds pretty bad. I'm not quite sure what I have. I have a weird nail on my toe, but it's a little bit odd to explain. I think it's because I was supposed to have like 6 toes or something like that. But at some random point in time, I don't know exactly when, but my little toe, on both toes, in fact, they split in half, in a sense. Not like mutation, but just the toenail. Like the toenail like split in half, and it never went back together. In fact, it formed like a new toenail. And so I have like 2 toenails on my little toe, and let me tell you, it's like the most annoying thing to go and deal with. Because of the fact that, well, it's tiny and awkward, and it gets caught on everything. So it could get caught in my socks. It could get caught on like carpet, doors, everything. Yeah, it's just a very annoying thing. Granted, I do like in order to go and like what do you say, trim it and groom the toenail. I have to remove it for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what that logic is, but I for some reason I have to remove the toenail every single time, and it just grows back. It just grows back naturally. Cursed. I'm cursed. Let's see. Sorry to give you that disgusting or horrible news. But that's just biology, man. It's just how it is. It is what it is. I can't stop it. I can't tell the toenail to, hey, cut it out. Stop growing back. An ingrown hair with a needle. Oh. That's weird. An ingrown hair with a needle. I don't know how that works, but I don't think I want to know either. Just like I'm not sure, I don't think you want to know about how my toenail works. My secret toenail. I mean, it's not really a secret, it's on both feet too, so. Let me see. Let me go and try and get this curve right here. Alright. I am missing a little something on Tipsy's hair. Missing her extra fluff. Extra floofy fairy hair. Come on. Wrap that around. Up and down. There we go. Oh, by the way, for you people that have given me suggestions, or that still have suggestions, I will take those and hoard them on this sheet that you see that I'm currently drawing on, and I'll keep them for next year. So next year, when I do Fairy Fashion February again, if I do, I will make sure to go and do them. Or if not, I will forget and be a dum-dum. But if you guys still have suggestions, please feel free to still give them out. Because obviously, Fairy Fashion February will continue on in the next February. But that's 1 year from now. So that means I could just hoard on to the remaining suggestions and keep them for another day, another time. Unless they're really good, then I can just do them whenever I feel like it, as a willy-nilly kind of ordeal, special treat for the audience. But specifically Fairy Fashion February, speaking, best to keep it for that time of the year. But also, once it's done, we will be back to regular Tipsies. Regular old Tipsy drawings. So if you see a Tipsy, it'll be a regular old Tipsy. Just like the Tipsy that you see on the right hand of the screen. Alright. I only have one of those things on her. Maybe I should make it a little bit more exaggerated. How exaggerated is on actual Anya? Not too much. Every is Reimu. I am Reimu. You are Reimu. He, she, me. Reimu. Reimuology. The study of Reimu. Get with the times, Reimu. Always need to remember that there is a secret Reimu in all of us. Will the Tipsy Corner stay? I don't know. It's very dependent on what I decide to do next with the Tipsy Corner. It might stay, or it might be started over. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I might put it up to a poll, like a poll vote or something on the next drawing stream. Because I don't want it to overcrowd the screen. Maybe like for every quarter it should get dumped. There we go. Maybe I should put the hat on. I want to see what happens if I put the hat on. Because that's the only time she actually takes those things off. I call myself Reihaku, but mostly Reimu is fine. I see. Solo Nano card. I think I'll go with the hat. We'll go with the hat and do a combination of both. I could combine them. That way we can tell who it is. Obviously the face is going to be the biggest giveaway, but hey, you know. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Alright. We don't need these legs anymore because we decided to go with the better ones. Cut. Kotar. Alright. As for this, maybe I should put the bow there. Because Tipsy needs a fairy bow on all of them. So. Where do I want to put this? I put it right there. And I'm going to change the overall character design. I think maybe right here. Alright, we'll put the bow here then. It'll be flipped upside down. This. Trying to figure out where to put the bow on the Tipsy for once is actually difficult. What a doozy. But at least I know where the wings are going to go. Anyways, here, let me go and get rid of the black in the background. And then we will go back to the whiteness of the drawing. That's not what I wanted. There we go. That, grab that, scroll that. Yes. Also, speaking about that, of the darkness, I need to go and, once I equate everything, I need to figure out what to go and do with this. What color am I going to choose? Let me go make everything back in the black. Back in the black. There we go. Make it all green. Make it all blue. Is that everything? Yes, it is. What are you? You are... You are right there. You're part of the hair. What are you? I don't know what you are. Unless you're not the back of the hair. You know what? Let's fix this. Let's fix this. Best way to fix it. Changing. Go that way. Connect it up. Yep. Alright, so let me see. First things first, I'm going to get the coloring all this. Coloring should clear up a lot of the mysteries of which I have yet to solve. And then once I can solve said coloring mysteries, then we could get to work on doing the extra detailing that is needed to go and complete this drawing. Now, obviously, we still have some hair that needs to be covered. Because I'm going with a strange combination. I decided to go with a strange combination of the hat and the little tiny thingamabobs. I don't know what they are, but I figured I should combine them. Granted, inside the show, they're not combined, but I feel like I should combine them. We got Tipsy. What more could we want except a Tipsy comic? I mean, I do have a script for a Tipsy comic, still in development right now. It's currently on hiatus, not because of lack of creativity. It's more just because I'm having a hard time deciding on what the next chapter is going to be. I have 2 ideas for chapters, but that next chapter is currently chapter 10. So I currently have, 9 fully written chapters of it ready to go. And still writing it little by little. I'm not like too heavy into it, but you could say I'm fairly far in. I would probably say I'm at like the halfway point of that comic script. I mean, here, I'm gonna put an Anya right here for right now. Why are there 2 Anyas? The Anyas, they duplicated. There we go. Obviously, you can see the pose I inspired off of, but now I must steal her colors. There we go. Thankfully, this is a fairly easy one to do. I just need to do the shoes. Probably lighten that up. Alright, we'll take the gold color right here. And it appears that these are shiny, so the best way to go and demonstrate some shine is probably doing a little bit of an up glow on that. I'll probably need to do that. Doing shine for once, what a rarity. There we go. Put the shine on this side. See what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the shine on, and then I'm going to go over it with a pattern. So that way we preemptively have a shine to work with. Oh, that's a bit too much shine on that side. Pop. There we go. Let me see. I have to go by? Alright, alright. Can we pretend I just did not say da-da-da-da-da? Okay, I have a question. What do you use for reference? Well, I mean, you can see what I'm using for reference right now. I'm using this image right here for the pose reference at least. But everything else, the reference image for Tipsy has legitimately been this on Tipsy the entire time. And then I have a pre-made head that I drew like ages ago on stream. And then any extra Tipsy colors I'm missing, I just use this. So those are my references. That's all I got. All right, so what I need to do, I need to go and shrink my brush down to smaller size. And it looks like we got these like 1, 2, 3 like weird U-shaped patterns. So, and it's double, no, it's single on the bottom. So I go like this, and it's also the same color as this. Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Alright. So I start from the bottom. Oh. Light just flickered a couple of times. I'm going to hit save point on that. There we go. In the perchance case that my stream suddenly dies due to a brownout or a power outage. Was not expecting a power outage today, but okay. Checking the stream to see if everything is holding up. Looks like everything's holding up pretty well. I don't know why my light flickers every once in a while. Maybe it might be my bulbs are going bad. Every once in a while, my light just randomly goes out. It's very rare, but it happens every now and then. It's just like it just dims out and then comes back on, and then flickers a little bit. Maybe that might be the power supply of my fan dying. I don't know. I think this is the only Tipsy I'm doing that has, what do you say, the tinier brush being applied to it as a constant. Alright. Make that a little bit thinner. Can I go thinner? Hold it. There we go. Maybe I might need to zoom in more. Or let me see. Is that gonna fix it if I do it? No, not really. It still does the same job. Alright. Zooming back out then. We'll do the same thing over here. And I want to just go around like that. Keep it thin, keep it thin. It's a little shaky, obviously because there's no brush stabilization inside this program, so it's always going to look a little bit wibbly wobbly. But I can bear with that. I bared with it 28 times before. Bear with it 28 times again. When was the last time the stream went kaput? I think it was in the middle of a hightail stream, but it didn't like die. No, it wasn't in the middle. It was in the beginning while the stream was starting. The stream died temporarily before I could even react. It went back on. I don't know what the hell happened, but it died for like a second. And I was gonna say, well, the rule still applies. If it dies, it dies. But no, it didn't. It didn't stay dead. It went back to life fairly quickly. Alright, so it looks like I won't be able to get the double on this. But I am able to get the single. Just because if I were to do the double, I would need to shrink the pixel size of my brush even more, and that wouldn't look too good. We're already kind of running on one pixel brush anyways. There we go. And then these are little tiny buttons. It looks like they run under these. Oh, I put that upside down. Here, let me go back on that. Put those. Yeah, I got it right in this one. I need to get on this one. Let me try it again. Never be discouraged when you accidentally mess up. Use it as a training exercise to do better in the second round. There we go. Unless if you didn't save and closed out your art project, then that's not really a learning experience. That's just you feeling dumb. Shame on you. Oh, man. How many times has that happened to me? Plenty. The worst feeling that you could do is spend hours on an art project and then forget to save it. Makes you feel pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. I felt pretty dumb multiple times. Hence is why I'm sharing this wondrous knowledge with you right now in this very instant, so you too cannot be dumb. Or so you too can become undumb. Yes, that's what I'm going for. Yes. All right, so I'll be able to get the double on this one. All right. Let's start from under these because they match up, and then I'll do one in the middle because I need to get two out. Might need to make them thinner. Alright. You need to touch the top and then go down. Touch the top, go down. There we go. You're supposed to look like little tiny flowers, I'm guessing. All I know is that Tipsy is most definitely going to get at least one Stella. One Stella. She will get one Stella. She'll feel good about herself for 5 minutes until she fails her grades and then loses her Stella. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. Maybe Tipsy is smart enough to do that. Maybe it'd be Cerno. I think Tipsy's fairly studious. I mean, she can read and play shogi, so I mean, I don't think she's too stupid. She's still a fairy, but I don't think she's a stupid fairy. In particular. Maybe that's her redeeming trait. Her redeeming trait is that she is actually, like, kind of smart. And I put the tiny ones in there. Give her a Tonitrus? I don't know what Tonitrus are. Means stream died. Let's see, what's kaput? Could you use the circle tool for the half ovals? No, because they go at angles. You see, the thing is that I could use the circle tool, but you see, how do I get those little tiny angles when I can't rotate it? Because if that was the case, yeah, I could do that, but it does not appear to be the case. Then also, when you draw it in, it does give it a little bit of character. And a little bit. Not too much character, but, you know. I'm going to switch back to black. I'm going to increase my size back to normal. I want to drag this down. Actually, wait. I want to go over it with the gold first. Go over with gold. Go. And then want to go back to here. And then let me see, I got the two little circles right here, just like they're up on the bottom. Actually, wait, let me fill those in first. Don't want to do that incorrectly. Tony Trusts are the given for bad actions. Oh, yeah, if you receive 8, you're expelled. Good point, good point. No, but I think that'd be like a Cerno. If anyone's going to get those, it's going to be Cerno. Cerno is not a good student. Let me tell you. I know Cerno. She's bad. She bad. She ditches class. She starts food fights. She likes to go make funny faces at you. And she gets smacked around. Actually, I think she gets smacked around and smacks others around. Alright, I want to change this back to normal. I forgot about the negative ones. I forgot there were negative ones inside the academy. There we go. Okay. Last is going to be the hat. Let me go and bring up the hat. Alright, hat is just like the suit itself. Let me go and change it back to this. And do that. Go back to normal. Easiest hat ever. Let's do that. And, or, no, keep it like that. Keep it like that. See if I can. Put that right there. I'm going to try and fix that up. What her hair showing through there. And then, can I get the extra triangle? Hey, yo, there we go. Yo! You could get one even if you forget your handkerchief. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess that makes sense. If you forget your handkerchief, since it's like one of those hoity-toity schools. I mean, why would they give you, why would they have tissues when you bring your own tissue? You see, it is only respectable for a young lady to bring her own handkerchief. There we go. We got the fairy. I think that can count as the bow now I think about it. It's gonna be like one of the few. Do I have any tipsies that are missing the bow? Technically, the Pomni one is missing the bow, but no, the Zao one is technically missing the bow too. But I managed to cram the bow in there somewhere, and I guess technically that right there can be the bow. In fact, I can modify it to be the tippy bow. Here, let me get this out of here. We don't need this Anya anymore. Just gonna cut that. All I need to do is make these pure white, and I want to make these out, pick those out. We'll widen them. Widen them into the shape of Tipsy's bow. Because we won't be able to do the full tippy bow. I know I could get a representation. There we go. Yep. That works. Alright, now we do the face. Alright, so here we go, Cheese? Why cheese? What did cheese do to you? So I figured I should put the smuggest face on her. So I will do the smuggest face in question. The icon. Let me see. I need this enlarged. Enlarged. There we go. Because we already did a super smug tipsy face before. But I feel like I'd do it again. So you push it. No, that's the correct height. I just need to fix this one eye on this side. Alright, let me see. Could Tipsy survive the shockwave of a nuke? Probably not, because if she's tied to the nature of the area, she'd probably die with it. Same with the rest of the denizens of Gensokyo. There we go. We got the gotta get the thick eyes that she has. All right. Probably push her mouth back a little bit. Make that white for a second. Grab that. Tipsy, shoot the frozen chicken. Birdly. Godly chicken. Till when? And then one last thing we should put on there. I'm gonna go and pick this out, and then after that, go in reverse. Because it is still tipsy. She needs the yaiba. There we go. Alright, next we're going to do her wings. And I think best way to go and do that is probably just do a simple up and down. And make them even. How does that look if I put them on? Can't see the other one. Are there any occasions of where I just see one wing on her? Also, I need to make the wings bigger. I need to make the wings larger. I can do that. Increase the size of those wings. There we go. Let's see. Nice song, yes. Is her thumb bigger than a cloud? Wait, what? So if the nature mutates, would Tipsy also mutate like in Fallout? Probably not. I don't think so. Let's see. Tipsy, shoot the frozen chicken. Birdly. Actually, what is Tipsy's nature? Tipsy's nature is just forest. Because she's a woodland fairy. So she's just a generic forest fairy. Because she's like the most basic generic fairy that you would see in Touhou. How do you feel about desktop buddies? Do you like them? Not really. Since I have an ADHD, I get distracted very easily, so I don't think having a desktop buddy would be a good idea for me. Because I'd feel like I would need to interact with it at all times. I'd constantly be turning my gaze to it, if you know what I mean. Just like, oh, there it is. Ah, there it is. Oh, it's doing a thing. Ah, it's idling. Ah, it's looking at me, like that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever do a desktop buddy or anything like that. Tipsy actually killed Birdly in Deltarune. I don't know who Birdly or what that is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care about Deltarune, so. You're in the wrong place. I'm just saying. You're in the wrong place for Deltarune stuff. This is Touhou. We do Touhou too. Touhou is here. There are many other places you could go to do the Touhous. Alright, sure. Alright, wait, do the Deltarunes. There we go. I don't know why I said Touhous. Maybe because I have Touhou in the brain. I got Touhou brain rot. My Touhou brain rot is strong. It's strong. It's as strong as my brain is smooth. Oh, that didn't get rid of everything. It is still didn't. Oh, there we go. Yep. Sometimes it doesn't work, that method I have. My wondrous get rid of the background frame color does not work all the time. But when it does, oh, it does work. Color that in. Alright. Put this up. Pick that up. Just pin those right there. Birdie's an herb bird. Okay. Supposedly, if you do the full-out mask up, thumbs up, you are safe if your thumb is bigger than the mushroom. Bigger than the mushroom cloud. Interesting. I heard your Touhou brain rot is strong. Let me fight it. Oh. What are you, Goku? Oh, what? Do you look like this? Is that what you look like? You look like this? You look like this fairy right here? Alright, let me go and move the Anya Tipsy over here, and then we'll get started on our final, you heard me, our final fairy for Fairy Fashion February for 2026. I'm going to throw you right here. Just going to grab this, going to copy you, copy pasta, throw you down here at the bottom. I'll throw you over here. You're going to be looking up at that there, Tippy. But for symbology, symbolism, I will be grabbing this and actually using it. There we go. That way, it's technically we don't have any more circles going. I like that circle too much, so I'm technically preserving over here. But ignore that circle. We're using the circle finally. Final fairy for Final Fairy Fashion February 2026. Yes. Let me see. Xion and Chris in Dark World. Tipsies, yes, Tipsies indeed. Tipsy Mania, most definitely. Vote Fairy, yes. Alright, so here we go. Our final fairy that we're doing is going to be Yuka. Yuka Kazami from Touhou Projecto. I'm going to bring her up. I'll show. We got a Yuka that I could probably put on screen. Let me see. Is this a WebP? It's a WebP. God, giggity, damn it. Well, I get befuddled by PNGs. The WebP formatting, it kills me. It killed a lot of things. Killed a lot of momentum, but not my fly momentum. For that, I have managed to go and withhold that entire time. So, let me see. Let me look at all my tipsies that we got so far. I'm going to try and see if I'm not copying any poses. Nope. Alright. So, my last one is going to be Tipsy standing at an angle. So, she'll be facing sideways. Hold the phone. I need to go and mute myself very quick. I need to go and mute myself. Enjoy the music. Need to slime. Alright, I am back. The slime has been removed, has been defeated. Alright, will she be carrying her sunflower? I think whether she should be carrying the umbrella or not, I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure. Sunflower or umbrella. You know what? Here, I'll put it up to a poll. If it's the umbrella, it'll be an umbrella. But if it's the flower, it will be Tipsy's flower, but I'll make it large and wide and make it umbrella shaped. So, let me see. Flower or umbrella? Umbrella. There we go. Start poll. Give it a minute. Let's go. We got a poll on. Let's see. What we got? What we got? Flour. We got flour power. Oh, flour went down to 0 for a second. I'm gonna give it 1 minute. 1 minute for you guys to go and decide. We got a battle between the flour and the umbrella. It looks like right now flour is at the forefront of it all. It's at the forefront. We're leaning on flour power. Oh, more flour. Got about, let's see. I'll give it another 20 seconds. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7. Let's see. We got 10 seconds left. 67. We got a good old 6-7 for our 70 now. We got 70 now. 70 to 30. Flour to umbrella. Looks like it's gonna be a solid flour win. Ending poll. We got a flour win. Democracy has spoken, and it tells me that the flour is the way. They're the same thing. I know they're the same thing, but like what type of flour? That's really what it's supposed to be. Because I know that Yuka's umbrella is actually a flower. I know that. But the thing is that Tipsy has her own flower. And you can clearly see her wielding said flower on the side. So essentially, I will be having Tipsy wield her own flower, but it'll be spread out like the umbrella. Alright. So it'll be like a combination of both. So we're going to go a little bit more different. A little bit of a... Put a little bit of spin on it, if you know what I mean. Alright, cut that. Alright. Also, I'm going to put her head at a slight profile, so I actually have to do her jawline for once. I know, Tipsy actually has a nose. Isn't that crazy? Go. Sharpen her chin out more, though. And then bring her head up more. Lift her head up. 1, 2. Take the tap. Yuka be looking at you like she wants to kill you. Sounds like an Asgore fight. Sounds like Touhou music to me. Like I said, this isn't the place for like Undertale stuff. I don't really care for Undertale. Don't get me wrong, I like Undertale music, but I don't really care for Undertale itself. Go. I'm more all about that Touhou. I need to pick her entire body up, though. Alright. So, what I have in mind, I have a pose in mind. It's kind of like based off of Yukari pose, but it'll still be Yuka. I'll still make it feel like Yuka. So, when it's done, you'll get a Yuka, but it'll be a fairy. Yuka, maybe Yuka gifted her some of her spare clothes that shrunk in the wash or something like that. Let's see. Maybe 1 foot forward and then 1 foot back. Increase depth on that. Tipsy 3/4 common? Yes. Wait, I've never seen before. Tipsy side profile. Yes, you're going to get the final one is a tippy side profile. Yes, it's the miraculous thing that changes everything. Originally, the last one was supposed to be Suisasike, but I figured that'd be better to do Yuka instead. It's like Rosen Maiden or the Sunflower Maiden. I figured it'd be better to do the Sunflower one instead. Seeing how this is working so far, might need to push this in more. Maybe... Wait, I got it now. Well, I mean, this isn't really going to be seen anyway, so... This is just more about just trying to go and get the minor semantics here and there. Back of the leg, it's going to go right there. Ah, wait. If I were to do this pose, I would need to move this leg forward. So that means I would need to go and do a little something like this. And then grab this and put that right there. The knee right there. And then I like my Yuka wearing heels, so I'm going to make Yuka wear heels. And that means the Tippy's going to wear heels. I think it'd be best to go and get this leg down first. Make the foot larger. Going like the chonky shoes, because you know the gardening. You're out in the garden. You can't just wear heels, regular old heels like stilettos out in the garden. No, you gotta wear like chonky shoes, like chonky Mary Janes or something like that. Don't want to trip on your heels while looking at them flowers. Let's see. You could go Little Faye, commit a crime. Yep. Hello there. Hello there. It seems as if you came at an inconvenient time, in a sense. For that, you missed a poll. We just had a poll that was just completed. And that poll was involving the democratic choice of whether to give what form of umbrella to go and give Tipsy. It wasn't that pressing, but you're still in time to go and see me draw Yuka. Yuka Tipsy, in fact. Alright, I want to fix her face right here. Up here, though. I want to push her nose out more. Eyes up. Fix your chin more. I want to drop that down. Drop that down. Maybe push this in a little bit. No, it's good where it is. We can do all the funny faces afterwards. No, I fix her neck thickness. Pick that out. Oh, don't remove the entire thing. Nope. That's not what I wanted. There we go. I'm going to have her hands either cross this way or this way. Let me see. What looks best, though? I put two hands over here. Top hand would cross over. Top hand crosses over. Bottom hand holds the bottom. So I need to sling over the shoulder like so. How tall is this Tip Tap? She's a little bit on the taller side. Let me squish her down more. It's probably the thighs. Thighs are a little too long. There we go. Torso's a good length. Just gonna do what angle? I think going with a straight slash through like that. Because that way we get a good exposure of the umbrella. Let me see, right about there. If so, I could always turn her head. But it seems if you guys really want to go and see a side profile of Tipsy, so I'll keep this as is. There we go. What is this? I'm drawing Yuka Kazami Tipsy. This is the final Tipsy. We just got done drawing another Tipsy, our second to last Tipsy, which is Anya Tipsy. And then we also have our extra Tipsies that I did previously. The off-stream Tipsies. These ones. And these ones. Let me scroll down more so you can see them. These ones. This one's probably being covered off by Cardcaptor Sakura Tipsy. It's kind of being covered by the pile of Tipsies in the corner, but you can see the Anya Tipsy. I gave her the face. But right now we're working on Yuka Kazami Tipsy, and I'm doing like a side profile. Side profile of the fairy. But I need to fix her. I feel like I need a little bit more S-curve. Probably about this much. Yeah, probably about that much. And then grab the upper torso and then slide it back. There we go. There we go. Can I enhance? There we go. I don't know why it wasn't enhancing. Sometimes MS Paint, it doesn't want to work for me. It works against me. It works against my intentions, my needs, my demands. There we go. So, what I need to do, I need to probably lift this up. I put this in the wrong area, but that's fine. We're just going to grab it. Go in the big view. Grab you. Meet that up. Right about there. That way it's hovering so her hands can actually grab onto it. Because it's not like, I don't think it's like resting on the shoulder 100%. So we still got big old different characters in the Sunflower Fairy outfit as celebration piece. Yes, that will be the EX image, which is going to be another stream for the near future. So I've been meaning to get on that one, but I just don't have the time to do it. See, how do I do this? Do I go low or high? I guess it'd be better if I just put the shoulder in here. There. I want to go and get those knuckles, making sure that they're all grabbing onto a pipe-shaped object. The thinner the pipe-shaped object is, sometimes I have a little more issues with it. Not all the time, but sometimes I do. Also, her hands need to be stacked. One after another. Go. And then I want to go thumb facing forward. Thankfully, this is still just a frame, so I can go back on it if I want. But maybe I might need to change the angle a bit slightly. Gordon, yes, I did do a Gordon Tipsy. For you people that have not been paying attention to the Fairy Fashion February posts, some of you might be seeing some of the fairies for the first time, but I recommend going back through my community posts to go and see them all. I highly recommend you do. You will be very, very, very satisfied with the amount of fairy. 28 fairies. As soon as this Yuka is done, that's as many fairies as I have done so far. 28. I mean, obviously, if I were to include the previous year's amount of fairy, I would have done 56. So I'd be 56 tipsies for Fairy Fashion February that I have drawn so far. That's an insane amount of tipsies. I'm gonna change this angle. I'm gonna right about here. Obviously, another thing I need to update is, as soon as this is done, I will take every single tipsy and make a new one of these. Here, let me go show you my starting soon screen. So you see this? I'm gonna go and make a new version of this, and it's gonna be it's going to be replaced with the new Tipsies. So all the new Tipsies are going to be on this version of the screen. So it'll be all the Tipsies that we did this Fairy Fashion February will be on this. So you'll see a new version of it coming up fairly soon. Fairly soon. I think I still have the document open. So, getting a stretch in right there. Ooh, when you get a good stretch and you feel all the blood move. But anyways, yeah. Let me go back to, no, it's Q&A room. Tablet, there we go. So as soon as this Yuka fairy is done and processed, we will, or I will go and fix all these fairies to go and have transparent backgrounds and have them do on the rotation. Big old rotation. All the new tippers. Alright, let me see. How low does that go? That goes to the bottom rib. Oh, okay, so her arms are too short. Fix that. Let's follow on there. Or maybe try it again. Go down to about here. And then press out right about here. There we go. And then change the angle of the arm. Trying to go and do a crossover grab with low-hanging shoulders, it's always kind of been complicated grab for me. I don't know why. I think it's probably just because trying to get the angle of it perplexes my mind. I think that's how it is. I think that's what it is. Also, I need to drop her shoulder more. If she's grabbing that low, she's not hiking up. She's not hiking it up. She's relaxed. That means that this wrist needs to be up higher. Possibly in closer. And possibly more angled. That means I need to redraw the fingers. But not too much, not too much. I don't need to draw them 100%. Maybe up to this point. Once again, this is all framework, so it's not permanent, it's not staying. It's just mainly so I could get a good vision on what I need to put in. Always have to reiterate that every single time. Not like I'm like trying to do this, yeah, well, I'm just going to change the entire drawing. No. That's just how framework works. Gets your member berries moving. All right. Let's see. My word, much tip. That's a lot. Yep. Stream starting soon. Are we in a time loop? No. I was just showing off what the previous tippers was. So essentially, we're going to get a new tippers display. Did Tipsy exist in PC 98? I would say technically. Tipsy would have technically existed in PC 98. Though inside the PC 98 game that the fairies originally appeared in, which was Touhou 4, I believe they were all red. I don't think there were any blue. I need to check back through to see if there were blue fairies, but I think they're all red fairies. But then again, Tipsy has worn red before, so that doesn't really change much. She could wear red if she wants, I think. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to have this cover her head. That's the reason why I put it on this side, because I don't want her face to be covered. So, that's a major rule, even in drawing. Never really cover the face, unless if it's the intention. If it's like the intention of covering someone's face, then you do. But if it's not, then you don't. Obstructing the human face is never a good idea. Alright, so what I need to do on this fairy right here, I need to go... Oh, I need more space. I'm going to need more space. Let me see. I'm going to drag all this out over here then, because I'm going to need more space because the big flower up on top. This is going to be kind of like the, was it the Wing Hazard Tipsy? Where the Wing Hazard Tipsy had a lot of, what do you say? A lot of real estate to take up. Here, I'll show you the Wing Hazard Tipsy very quick. Wing Hazard Tipsy. Yeah, the Wing Hazard Tipsy had a lot of real estate to go and take up because she had that big flag with her. You see this? Yeah, that's what I had to go and work with previously. But I think this one will probably take the cake when it comes to doing that as well. Or I guess maybe share the cake. Share the cake, I think that makes more sense. I'm going to bring my Yuka reference back up here. There we go. I would show you this Yuka reference I'm using, but it's so crusty. It's a very, very crusty Yuka reference. So you're getting the other Yuka reference, like this fighting game Yuka reference over here. Let me see. Will you make it to Touhou Fest in 2026? I think I already announced this, but I'm not going to Touhou Fest this year. Unfortunately. I would go, but the issue is mainly because money. It's in California, and the issue with California is that California is very, very expensive. Last year when I went to Touhou Fest, I wound up losing about $1,500. And that's just going there, forward and back. The hotel expenses costed a lot, arm and the leg kind of a deal. And overall, the experience at Touhou Fest was very enjoyable, but it had its major issues, whether it be the security issues, apparently the wind with having stalls, because I wanted to open up a stall this year, but due to the amount of like monetary loss I had to go and deal with, it wasn't my best monetary decision to go. Next year, though, I will go. What kind of place is this? Yeah, so next year, though, I think I will go to Touhou Fest. But this year, I'll skip. I'll take a skip. Take a break from the Touhou Fest arena. Not that I particularly hate Touhou Fest. I don't. Nor do I think the controversies that circle it weigh it down. I just feel like, A, it being California, B, California is expensive, and C, it's just a very large monetary investment. I don't have that money to go and throw out. Yeah, it's best for me to go and hold back for at least 1 year. At least 1 year. I could save up to go and do other interesting things, though. Get this on. Then getting my flower game on right now. Speaking about flowers, there is, I think I mentioned this earlier, there is like a plum blossom tree in my neighbor's yard. So technically spring is right around the corner. So expect in the next coming streams to go and see a spring theme opening involving a quote-unquote cherry blossom tree. So let me see. I'm from Ohio. It was a great trip, but all I had the same issues with money. Yeah, California. Out of principle, I ain't ever going to Cali. Jeez. Yeah. Let me see. I want to go and put the little tiny things coming out. It's like an orchid. Orchid fairy. Granted, the flower that Tipsy carries is just a generic white flower, but I think for this one we can make it a more big, fancy flower. Maybe increase the size. I'll increase the size of this flower, but let me see. How does this look if I flip the flower? Just the only le flowerino. I'm gonna chop off Tipsy's head a little bit, but it looks okay flipped. I could probably make it larger though. Let me select this. We're gonna go big flower. Big. Big flower. Bigger flower. Yeah, there we go. That's the type of big that I'm looking for. Oh yeah. Oh wait, it kind of got a little warped. Let me try it again. I think one of the issues I have inside MS Paint is that you cannot do accurate scaling. So when you do the scaling on something, make sure that you get your lock in on that proper angle when trying to go and scroll things out. So, hooray! I didn't miss this one. Nope, you have not. You're right in time for the last one. This is the final one. It's the victory lap kind of ordeal. Or maybe travel to the victory line? No, victory lap would be like if I was doing an EX image, which I plan on doing, but that's not here right now. That's in the future. This is our route to the finish line for Fairy Fashion February. That's what we're doing right now. Alright. And then what? These are going to be on the in-between sections. Go. And then I need to make this go like that. Instead of it being a crooked flower, this will be a rather straightened out flower. But it'll still have its you know, it'll still have like the little tiny leaves and whatnot. So I'll probably put like a leaf right here. It's gotta have leaves on it. You know, flowers, they have leaves. Especially when you pick them fresh. There we go. It's a fairy with a freshly picked flower. There we go. Let me see. Anything else? Nope, not right now. Alright, the fight continues on. The grind continues on. Alright, so next thing's next. I'm going to go and try and marquee out the skirt flow. So I'm going to do like this. So I want like that. Maybe something like that? No. That? No. Like this? No. So, trying to figure it out. It says I need it right about here, but also exposing up to about here in certain aspects of the way. That's how it's eye-catching. Maybe like that. And then I could pick it up and wrap it around. That way go forward on this. Wrap that around like that. Yeah, that looks right. Yeah. Perfectly fine. Yeah. I just spat all over my screen. Makes her look like she did like a twirl. It's like she's standing one way, she spun. I think that looks fun enough. And then we could fit in the ruffles afterwards. This is just like your what do you even call this? Flow? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Flow chart. Sure. It's going like going up like up that. I'm raising the bar. Anyways. Oh, got a little bit of goo right in there. Ooh, got the goo mouth. Gross. Anyways, let's continue on. Let's get started on our main tipsy. I think this is good enough for a frame. We're going to hit a checkpoint. Alright. So, let me see here. So, I want to go up, down, and like so. Give her the nice little handkerchief, or neckerchief. I want to go up. These go right about here. There we go. Give it a nice little flow. Nice little wind flow. Oh wait, before I do her jacket, I'm going to do her arms first. Drop that. That goes around like so. Now we can get to the jacket work. And I want to go and wrap that down. You see, why I did the jacket after the fact is because I just wanted to go and make sure that nothing was going to get in the way of that. Alright, and then this is going to be sat up slightly. Goes up right about there. I'm not really going to get the jacket on the other side. I don't think so. Because she's at a side profile, so it'd be best to go and make it a little bit flatter. Yeah, there we go. Hi, chat. Hello there. One hell of a ride, yes. And that's another thing. As soon as I got done with that nice skirty skirt flow, you see it all start coming together. And I managed to go make a major leap in that. Isn't that so great? So great. So good. So efficient. And most of the effort is going to be put into that flower, though. So I go down, hold that off right there. So I'm going to come back to that. Go up, back up. There we go. Maybe I want to pick this up more. Pick that up more. There we go. All right, so I'm going to start doing the ruffles. Two right about here. Go one, go out, go one, go out, go one, go out. There. All right. One, go out, one, go out. Go one, go out, go one, go out. Sounds like I'm trying to go and sing like the Lion sings midnight, but I'm not. I'm just reminding myself how to go and do proper floofy ruffles. These go flatter because we're transitioning to a different angle. These are going to get crumpled up. This is also the reason why I did not draw that out section, because it's just going to go like this. And then I'm going to go back down. It's going to get a little freaky. A little freaky, because, you know, not everything's like a perfect shape at all constants. Go. Go out, go in, go out. Might want to go and get rid of this section right here. Albeit it is a good marquee to go and say that I was going to be drawing there, but no. It's just a mental marker. Just a mental marker. Going back. And then I just want to go grab that. Oop, it's a little too clunky. Like that. Wrap it under. Yep, there we go. And then now, since this is a two-tiered skirt, that means I need to not only focus on that, but focus on the connection hem, as well as also the under section of the skirt. That just goes like that. As well as also the carryover. That's probably going to be covered by this stem. So I will preemptively add a little bit of detail. It's not going to be too heavily detailed, but detailed enough. It will be covered by the stem, but it will carry over, so at least you know that there's something behind it. Go up and around. Pick that up right there. Up. Add an extra little tiny curve. Maybe curve right there? No. What I do know is there's a flower right here. And that needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect. 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 And then connect. Then little fluffies in between. There we go. This is like a cheap way how to do flowers. There we go. Alright, and then after that there are buttons that line up. One thing I need to be careful about is I need to remember that she does have a hatched skirt. So that's going to probably be one of the most complicated things to go and do on this. Could Tipsy use the Master Spark? I don't think so. The closest thing that she got is probably just a fully powered version of her spell card. And she would need a lot of fairies for that. Probably about like... She'd probably need like 50 fairies for that. That'd be like 50 fairies on screen. 50 fairies on screen, amassing enough power to go and do that. That would even blow out the little fairies that are trying to go and join in on that. They'd be sucked out of their power. There we go. Yeah, but I don't think Tipsy's capable of doing that. Actually, I don't think... No. If there's any fairy that's going to be able to do a Master Spark, it would have to be Clown Piece. Clown Piece is like the strongest fairy next to Cerno, but Cerno's only strong because she managed to go and beat Oku on a bad day. And also, Oku's dumb. Oku is worse bird because she got beat by a fairy. Also add the Okina power up. Yeah, but then again, would Okina power up Tipsy, a generic fairy that has 0 potential in her eyes? And also, Okina does not like fairies. She only likes certain fairies. And mainly those are fairies that she wishes to go and take advantage of. Because she's a manipulative bitch. Here we go. Getting on to the handiwork. Now, I have this flower right here. I put it off to the side. I'll put it back there once I am ready for the major meat of this drawing, which is not going to be the line work for once. It's going to be that hatching. It's going to be a lot of that. Go. I already did the pole right here, so that means that I need to go and do the flower itself next. What if Tipsy had the vengeful spirit's power up alongside Okina's power up, and the fairies of Gonsokyo powering her spell card? Maybe, but I think if anything, if you really want to try and get like a powered up Tipsy, give her the lantern of the Bishamoten, which is Sho's lantern. Then maybe she would be able to get some heavy power in there, because Sho's lantern it grants you power dependent on how many treasures you have. And we see that when Narzen essentially becomes I believe she becomes an EX mid-boss when you're going up to fight Nue. So, and that's because she's in possession of the Bishamoten's lantern. Now, give that lantern to Tipsy, and there you go. Now you have a very powerful fairy. Because Tipsy is known to be a coin collector. And so, if she being a coin collector, her tree being full of coins, essentially her treasure trove of coins, she's known to live in what I like to call the money tree, the hidden money tree, or legendary money tree, whatever you want to call it. It's in her character lore sheet. The legendary money tree in the Forest of Magic. You combining that power with the Bishamoto's lantern, essentially she would be a pretty powerful fairy. I mean, granted, I think Narzen has more collected treasures than Tipsy does, though. Because Tipsy only collects coins. Narzen collects, like, actual treasures. So, take that as you will. Be that as you may. Alright, so now we're just working on this little tiny fun section of the flower. And what I want to do here is want to go and just try and make it as flowery as possible. But also, I gotta remember at the end of the day, this is made out of paper. Much like everything that Tipsy uses is made out of paper. So, how many different power-ups could Tipsy get? I don't know. But hold the phone a second. I need to go on mute. I need to mute the release. I need to fight some slimes for a second. Hold a second. Alright, back. Could she beat Goku? No. Here's the thing about Tipsy. She is a generic Touhou fairy. So she's just known for being incredibly weak. So the thing is that she can't really do much. She can amass a bunch of power, but the most that she can do is just do like the technical of shoot 3 bullets and then run away. But in her past, she did used to use her flower as a polearm. But that's as much as she could do. Like, is try and sharpen the edge of her flower to stab you with. But that's pretty much it. As for magical, like, power scaling, all she really has going for her is just her leaf-based magic, which is, like, the magic that she uses to go and control foliage, which practically every fairy does. And the ability to essentially just use that one spell card. She only has one spell card, and that's it. And then after that, she's toast. Let me see. But what is it? Oh, and a knife? No, she doesn't have a knife at all times. She only has it at certain times. If she finds one, she'll use it, but no, not all times. Let's see. What if she dropped multiple coins from very high in the sky? Well, I mean, then she would lose the coin. She wouldn't want to use her coins as a weapon. She would lose the coins. That's the thing. She wouldn't think about trying to use her coins as a weapon. She would think about, oh no, I lost my coins. my precious coins. Because her coins are special to her. Let me try on the other side of the coat right there. There we go. How are we looking here? Oh yeah, we're looking good so far. Then she has black leggings. Yuka has black leggings. Got it. Let me see. Time to Dark Souls incident, Tipsy. Oh. I find weak Tipsy cute as a theme. My precious shillings, my schmeckers, my dollary dues. Coin, probably a bottle cap. I mean, it could be a bottle cap. If she considers it a coin, then she can add it to her coin collection. see, how do I do this? There we go. And then it carries up like this. Don't really get to see the back leg, but you get to see how they cross, though. Go. Carry that, go into the back. There we go. Carry that, go into the back. There we go. If she survives, oh wait, oh if she survives the fallout. Oh, I see what you meant there. I see what you mean there. I got your mean. Don't worry. I got it right here in my pocket. I collected on my Pip-Boy's data center. What are we looking here? So I need this section of the skirt. I missed that section right there. There we go. That's covered. Just checking to see if I'm missing anything before I get to the hair, because I got her legs in. Now all that's left is her hair. I want to start right here. So I'm not near the on tipsy because I don't really need it as reference. So I do need her head though. Just gotta curl that. Up. Put that curve right there, go back. Try it again. Alright, there we go. Alright, now, I'm not going to put her eyes on. Eyes go on last, but here we go. Let's go and get her hair on. So, let's start right about up here. Maybe right down there. We'll try it a little higher. Get with the first flap. Right. Carry that right about there. That way you get to see on how the fairy hair works, I guess, on the side. That picks up right up to, well, we'll say it picks up right up there. Alright. This goes right around. I want to get that curvature of her hair. Her head, I mean. Her hair's already curvy, but, let's see. What aspects of Tipsy do you prefer to keep in her costumes? Well, important aspects of Tipsy that I tend to go and keep in her costumes, you can see it as a constant. I think the best example is probably going to be the Pomni one. So, first things first is that you could see, I'm going to hit a checkpoint just in case if I draw too much over this, but let's choose green. You can see it right here. First things first, the bow. Bow is very important. In fact, you can see it right here. You can see it over here, and obviously you can see it where I just pointed out. Another thing is trying to go and keep her hair length constant. Now this one is a unique one. There's another one where I did it unique. Imagine just like her hair is still long, but it's actually kept up in her hat. Important thing, face. Her face must stay the same at all times. Obviously, it's a tipsy face. Hair color has to be consistent. The front comb has to be consistent, as well as also the side chops need to be consistent. Very rarely did I, like, remove them, I think. I don't think I removed them this year. I did it last year. Try and check and see if I had a moment where I did not put them on. Yeah, I think I had them on for all of them because it keeps her face shape. Yeah, it looks like generally all the tipsies have the side curls. Even this tipsy has the side curls. Yeah, so generally it's the bow, the side curls, face, and the front comb. Those are things that must stay consistent. Oh, I need to go to sleep now because I will need to do some traveling in the morning. Good night. All right, you have a good night. That way she can become One Punch Fairy and be animated with 2 frames per second. Hell yeah. Hell to the yeah. All right, here we go. So I'm going to just drag her hair outwards. It's going to be nice and flowy. Let me try and do this in one sweep. There we go. That might be a little bit too long, but I could shrink it. Yeah. Nope. Yes. Let me try that again. We could cut that and then try it again. Now, as for the back of her hair, doesn't really matter. It could be changed up. Maybe it's like the do's and don'ts for the design of Tipsy. That's definitely a thing when it comes to character design, or at least when you have a character Bible. Character Bibles are normally like those things where it's just like, you could do this with the character. Don't do this with the character. Or the character should always be this color and should never be this color or this color or this color. It's essentially just like your standard do's and don'ts. I figure maybe one day I should make one for Tipsy, but I don't think I should. I think everyone just generally has the idea that it's like, yeah, it's just a generic Touhou fairy. Do what you may with it. Do what you will, because it is just a fairy. I can't really change the design of a Touhou fairy too much. The most I can do is make it look fun and cute and funny. There we go. Hence is why I gave her a funny face. Alright. Maybe going upper. Get right there. Go back down right here. I got more slime in my nose. Let me go and... I'm going to do a live. There we go. I got a leakage on my nose. My nose is like the faucet of unfortunate things. Maybe hit that right about there. There we go. Okay, let me see this. Maybe that's good. Maybe I'm here at a wrong angle, that's why. Don't forget about the floofs on the side. I'm going to simulate that by doing this. My thing is getting in the way. I need to fix that. There we go. There we go. That's why it's not still touching my arm. Stop touching my arm. There we go. The skelms are invading? What are the skelms? I don't know what the skelms are. But whatever they are, Well, I hope they stop invading. Question mark? Question mark? All right. So let me see. I want to go right about here. Okay, so that seems to be the area where I want to terminate it at. So start right here. Go right there. I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to fix that curve more. Hit this checkpoint. Flip the entire canvas. The slimes. Oh, the slimes. I was like, what do you mean? the schlims. The schlim. Maybe we should make this a little bit more curly. At least her side profile looks good. Sometimes you just gotta wing it. No. I'm gonna push that back. It's to be like this. It should be hit on a curve. There we go. It should be like windswept hair. The slimes, they come again. Ah! Yuck! Disgusting! I wish you evict them from my nose. Which is why I do the blows. I'm gonna raise this side a little bit more. So we have a little bit more of an even. Like a 1, 2. There we go. One will be going up, and one will be going down. Tipsy may have more appearances than most of the Touhou cast. Technically, if you count every first blue fairy that you see in every single Touhou game, yes, because that is the lore that I have instilled for Tipsy, is that every blue fairy that you see, the first blue fairy in particular, so every Touhou game, first blue fairy that you see in a Touhou game, that is a Tipsy. Yes, the first blue fairy that you see is a Tipsy, but you have the tendency to shoot that Tipsy because it's there. So practically, if you have played a Touhou game, you have killed Tipsy at least once. At least once. Maybe a lot of times. I know I have done it a lot. Because I played a lot of Touhou. So. Hi, I'm awake now. Hello there. Hello there, awake. Let's see. The way hair flows is visually interesting. Yes. Hair is a strange thing. It's a very, very finicky thing to work with sometimes because depending on how you... It's a very make or break operation. Because if you do it wrong, it'll look very stale. If you do it right, it looks very good. I'm going to break it up at the back. I feel like it's too thick. There we go. Best way to do is chop it up at the tail bit. That way I could follow up in the under section. no other tipsy that you've ever seen before. There we go. I mean, Yuka, she's fierce, she's violent, vile even, but she's also very elegant. Kind of like Saguya, but I think Yuka has more of a, like, an elegance than Sakuya does. And I think it's just because she is the gardener woman. She has like a mystique to her. That's probably why so many people like Yuka. Put the hook right there. There we go. I might want to fix this curve. Yeah, looking good now. Hello there. Hello, 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 hello. I might want to push this back though. Since there's a lot of wind work going on, I might as well do the rest of her hair. Just gonna trim that, go right here. Up. That's, how did I do that? How did I do that? I don't know how I did that. But here we go. All I need to do is just push it back. Start from the first curl and then pick it up like so. Or maybe the bottom curl. There we go. And then go back to her chin. Connect that. Connect 4. Go back to the top of her hair. There you go. Elegant fairy. Now she is the gardener. But she can't use the master's part, so she doesn't have that much intimidation going for her. Let me see. Hey, hello! I was dreaming about cooking. I was progressing. I'm going. It's going good. Let me see. Anything else I'm missing here? I'm missing her yaiba. There we go. And then anything else? Maybe... a little extra hair on the front. Because of the wind. How does that look? Nah. This looks good as it is. How's the big flower? Probably push this out. Make it fan out a little bit more. We'll go and I'm gonna move my Yuka. Yuka, you're gonna go up here for a sec. So I need to go and move some things around. Put you up here. All right. Black, white, you, shift, grab, shift. Ooh, that's too much grab. There we go. Sometimes my method that I use to go and remove the frames, it doesn't work 100% of the time, so you know, sometimes I gotta fight it. Alright, let's see. That's now white on white. I'm not gonna have any more issues transferring. Yep, there we go. Oreo. I like Oreos. Oreos are good, but I feel like sometimes the flavor can get a little bit boring. That's just me. Let me tell you, if there is any type of cookie that I prefer the most, let me tell you where it's at. You ever had like those peanut butter Girl Scout cookies? Like the ones that are like dipped in chocolate. They have peanut butter on the inside. Those ones are peak. Let me tell you. Granted, I normally don't buy Girl Scout cookies. I normally buy like the other versions of the Girl Scout cookies, like the off-brand versions. But those things, they're banger. They are banger. It's like freaking addicted to them. Keep me away from them. I could go through a box in an hour. I'm like, oh baby, we got some freaking peanut butter Girl Scout cookies right here. Oh yeah, just what I want to see. All right, so I'm gonna go and fix the flowers just a little bit. We got the good skirt flow, but now I need to go and fix this. Do it purpley. Let's push him out a little bit. Let me get in there. And then we got another one. I think this one's good, but we could always try a little bit of that. Get a little bit of that flowering out. A little bit more flowery. A little bit more flowery flow. That one's good. That one in the back, that one, that's good. That's good. Alright, just gonna shave it off. No, I don't think I need to shave off that one. You're good. You need to be shaved off. Might need to be shaved off. I could probably purple that. There we go. Alright. Clean it up. Clean it up. It's on a different section. There we go. And then I just need to connect that to here. Just do some reconnections. And then let me color this all green. I just need to go and push those petals out a little bit more. That way they have that following flowiness that the main fairy has. To each flow, there is an ebb. And to every ebb, there is a flow. Probably push it. Push it, push it. Push it real. There we go. How is that looking? Yeah, that's looking good. That's looking exactly as I want it to be. Though that leaf right there, I'm not quite sure about keeping that leaf. Might move it down here. So that leaf isn't really connected to anything. You can't really tell what's connected to. So I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna clip it off. Just gonna hit it a little snip, 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 snap, tip, tap. There we go. Bye bye. And I'll move it down here. There we go. That way we have like, you can tell that there's leaves downstairs, but there's also leaves upstairs. No, not really. Not really. I lied. Let me see. Are you talking about peanut butter patties? I think so. Going back to the cookie stuff, yeah, I think so. Gotta do something. Hope to be back before the end. Alright. Hopefully you are. Are you talking about peanut butter patties? Now, going back to the cookie stuff, I think so. Now, those things, Well, I had to get a little bit of sneeze out. Those things, those are the best. Those are my absolute favorite cookies. Cannot resist them. If I seize them, I eats them. My eyes, they turn into the E.T. eyes. The I must consume eyes. And I turn into a ravenous beast that wishes to go and devour those peanut butter patties and reduce them into nothingness. Like a magician that wishes to go and put a rag over something and say, huzzah! Presto, it's gone. That's practically me. That's me, but with the cookies. Hello there? Hello there. Alright, so here we go. Doing a quick observation. I'm going to fix her chin more. It's a little bit too broad. Here, I'm going to flip everything. Flip horizontal, flippy the tippy. That way you can see what I'm drawing because my left hand is covering everything. Right. Get your big chonky eyes in there. Alright. Now you can go back to flipping horizontal again. You get, I find it funny, every time you flip, you get the smug tipsy, but... Make her happy. Make it a happy tippy. Make her happier. She's not happy enough. We just make her as happy as possible. Peanut butter patties are the best desserts, although I really miss the old boba tea I lived by that made the PB flavored ones. I see. I mean, it just goes to show that you don't need Girl Scouts to have peanut butter patties. Or Thin Mint cookies. Those things are a banger too. Alright, just gonna push her mandible back. There we go. We got a tipsy side profile right there. How's that equate to the other tipsies? Head isn't as big. How are we looking over here? If I were to go and drag this tipsy over to the other tipsies. Let me get this out of the way very quick. Actually, wait, I could put that on her skirt? No, not yet. Not yet, that's the last thing. Let me see. How does this equate? Alright, so her head is a little bit on the smaller side. It's good. Oh, no, it is the right size. It's just a little bit lacking in depth. Alright. So I need to make it go forward more, maybe backwards? Maybe I need to make her face larger. Something's throwing me off about that tipsy. Something's off about that fairy. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's this. I'll push her front comb forward. Ah, if I pick her eyes up, maybe? pick her mouth up too. Push your chin out more. I know I just reduced her chin, but maybe I need to do some face adjustments. Nope. 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 Yep. Nope. Yep. Ah. Ah. Now she has too much chin. Now she has a Giga Chad chin. No. We don't need Giga Chad tipsy. But this is good. This is good. We'll keep it with this. As for her general head shape, it should be fine. I think that's good. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. I think I'm overthinking things. I'm going to stop overthinking. I'm just going to start doing the work. Going to work, they say. Alright. Do that. That colored her in her wrist for some reason. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Steal colors from this Yuka. It's fairly salmon colored. I'm going to deepen it slightly. Or maybe, wait. Go with tipsy colors. Which one of these? Ah! Oh, now that looks much better. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. We'll go with a more poignant color here. Grab that. That'll be the shoes. And then bottoms. Bottoms and shoes are consistently the same, but I can make those slightly darker. Right. Grabbing those fairy colors right here. Oop, nope. Right. We'll go and grab Tipsy's hair color. Give her a little bit of splish splash. Splish splash. On top. Nothing on the bottom yet. I need to go another underhair over here. This can go darker. I haven't put her wings on yet. That will go on last. So it's gonna go one side and then one the other. It's gonna be like spread out wings. Her wings will be spread. Should be ready to fly. Hash crossings will be next. It'll be coming up in just a moment. And after that, calm down. That works. That works. It shows like there's a little bit of background here. Ah, wait. Maybe I can. Maybe. Yeah, it's a little cheat, but. It means that like some of her hair is like covering her face. Some people like to do this. I don't know why, but it looks good. Does it look good? We are Japanese Goblin, yes. We can be Japanese Goblin, but do we want to be? Are you? Are you? I don't know. Ooh, look at that. She's carrying a flower too. I get to steal that color. Alright, that wasn't kosher. Go zooming in. At least we're moving on this. Alright. Let me grab your shoulder color. Yeah, there we go. But I need to go and get an undercolor on these flowers, though. Since it's big and significant, I figure I should. When it comes to mint, I usually prefer spearmint, gum, and such, like the crunch and taste after it's present. I don't know about that. Thin mints, for me, would probably be top number one. The Do-si-dos, Terrafuls, and however the Explore Mores look intriguing. I have acne. Damn. Let's see. One must drink water and have good sleep. Oh, for acne to dissipate. Also, wash your face when you wake up. What I learned is you steam your face, it goes away pretty quickly. Face scrubbing can help, but it's painful. My best solution is just steaming your face. That's what I do. Let's see. It's also good to take some showers every now and then. Yeah, you know how it is. Gotta stay hydrated. Body, mind, and stomach. Or soul. Go. Alright, I'm gonna need the undercolor. I'm gonna make this undercolor bluish. Nope. Come on. There you go. Stop drawing over my line. You're driving me crazy. Oh, there you go. Alright. Fill that in right there, and then boop, pop, boop, pop, boop. You. There we go. Now we have a proper covering for the fairy. Or, granted, it's not the best umbrella, but hey, you know, it fits for a fairy. It's a fairy umbrella. Alright, I'm gonna shrink this down. That's not shrinking. Lower the color, lower the tone. Lower the tone value. Let's follow this. And then go up and around. Alright. Go up and around. So you remember that there are this many lines every single times. 2, 3. Just disconnect right there. I'll need to do some cleaning up after this, but oh wait, let me go back. Go back 2, because it doesn't need to raise up too high. It needs to pinch together because there's an angle change right here. You may ask, why is it like that? It's because foreshortening. Foreshortening can throw off a drawing if done incorrectly, so always pay attention to that. Always pay attention to that. The unseen foreshortening of your visions. Especially if you're trying to make like consistent wrapping line work. Now, I could have cheated and done like a hash pattern on a separate and then inserted it, but I'm choosing to not do that. I've done something similar before when it comes to inserting like a hash work, but that was like the lazy method. I'm doing the actual method. Which means I need to go over it with line work again, but still. Let's see. It's on my chest or neck. I don't remember. I don't remember. Look at it. Mystery. Hopefully you find it. Okay. why we just do the up lines. I'm going to do an up line starting right there. Carry it up. Go around like this. And around like so. And around like so. And then we go on the other side. And try and follow it up. How do I do this? Go right about there. It's gonna be a little awkward. This is a pinch. So that's going in like this. That means to go like that. Follow it up like that. Follow it down. A little bit of a carryover right there. I think that was good. That looks good to me. Alright, let's go and fill in the line work. Any extra little tiddly bits that I missed. Obviously, one thing is the undercolor of the skirt, as well as also just generally coloring the skirt too. I'm going to change my music very quick. My music must change. Let's see, what shall I change it to? What shall I change it to? We'll go with, let's see. Pause that. Pause that. We'll go with this one. Play it! There we go. And then I can do that, do that, do that, do that, do that. Theoretically, both. Take the undercolor. Oh, there's no hole right there. I need it. Or should I say, there is a hole right there. I need to patch it. Do it manually. Do it the manually way. Mm-hmm. Still some line work that I messed up on here. Well, actually, no, I didn't. No, I got it, but I just didn't clean it up. Okay. A little bit of fragmentation right there on her hand. Anything else I want to do here? Go right there, go right there. Missing a dot right there. Anywhere I see these little tiny dots, I'm just patching them up. Obviously, I'm missing her neck shift. There we go. Alright, so let me go and grab that flower up there. Now I get to do what I always wanted to do, or at least what I was waiting to do. Alright, this one. That's that. Color that in yellow. Color this in with that. Grab you. Place it right there, but hold it. Fill that section in. And I want some extra line work going right up along here, because this is going to be the seam of the skirt. Put a button right there. Button right there. Obviously a button going right across here. Can't see that button down there. I think maybe I should just put them in every little square. The more buttons, the better. Buttons look cool. Quote me on that. There we go. Last things last, just going to put some blush on her. You know what? I want to try and fix her face. Just maybe push her face out more. Let me try this. Let me try this. I want to see. And then I can make her eyes longer if I push her face out more. This might fix it. Because that way she matches with all the other tipsies. Because I feel like maybe her eyes... Vote who? Vote Fairy. Always vote Fairy. Fairy is best. Always vote for the Fairy. Alright, here we go. There we go. Going to do some Yomu music. There we go. Make her eyes larger. Always vote for Fairy, if you're wondering. The Fairy is the generic Fairy, not Cerno, not Diusi, not Clownpiece, or even the three Fairies of Light. No, the category of Fairy is just deemed as Fairy. What do you say? Sunflower Maid ECT. That is the category that I'm pushing for. Let's see. Vote Fairy says I'm being held at gunpoint. Oh man. Let me see. Why MS Paint? I don't know. I just like drawing MS Paint. I prefer it. I prefer to draw MS Paint. I've explained this multiple times. You must be new. Let's see. How's this look? Is this better with the smaller face or the bigger face? Well, I guess we won't know because I can't go back. But that's good. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna grab this chic color. There we go. Let me see. Quick question. Do you think Yomu's theme is inspired by the Young Cat music? No? Because Yomu's theme is older than the Young Cat music. Like, let's see. Nyan Cat music was developed back around 2007, 2008-ish. Yomu Kampaku's theme, Horai Shoots a Bird Till When, was made back in around like 2003. So I don't think it's a which comes first. I think Yomu's theme came first. So oh wait, sorry. Did you think Yomu's theme inspired? Oh wow, I read that wrong. Wow, I'm a dumbass. Do you think Yomu's theme inspired the Nyan Cat music? No, I don't think so. Though there is a Yomu meme, obviously, that is the before the Nyan Cat meme. There's that. Other than me looking like a ridiculous retard for not answering that properly. Here we go, though. We got our final fairy. We got our final tippy. I feel like there should be something on her head, but... Well, we'll get this Yuka out of here. Oh, those buttons should be gold? Well, I guess they're gonna make the buttons gold. Here, let me go make those buttons gold very quick. Alright. Gold, 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 gold. Oh, no. Gold. Oh, no. Gold. Let's see. Nyan Cat, haven't heard that in ages. Yeah, somewhere around 2008 since the song Voice Bank has had Hatsune Miku. Fairies are good. Yes. Fairies are good, and my legibility is horrible. gonna fix her arm though. Alright. I'm going to change our music again. Are F students inventors? No. F students are just lazy. Like, lazy people. I never really seen an F student that was successful. Those are normally like your lowlifes. No good people. No good. Let me see. So we got. Yeah, there we go. We got our final fairy. But I'm going to do one last thing to her legs. I'm going to go and just darken that under section a little bit more. Right about there. Oh, I'm zoomed in real close. Damn. Alright. Well, at least I know I'm not missing any dots. Alright, there we go. And with that, we got our final fairy to go and complete the 28 fairies needed for Fairy Fashion February. There we go. Man, I wish MS Paint could just run on Linux without needing wine. Wait, what? Legit, the only reason why I still use Windows GIMP. Oh, Windows GIMP sucks. Yeah, it kind of does. Because they keep breaking their Chromebooks attached to it. It's attached to a toilet in the school bathroom. Damn. I'm gonna say tipsy and laugh like I'm high on cough drops. Damn. Well, but anyways, here we go, everyone. We got the lineup. We got the lineup of all the tipsies. In fact, what I should do here, you know, I'm going to reorganize this page. Let's go and reorganize it very quick. I'm gonna. I think this is zoomed out as I'm gonna be, but let me just. Ooh, that chopped up some things. Why you chop off things? There we go. Pull you out. Nope, chopped off things again. Don't stop it. Stop it here. You know what? Wait. I'm gonna get rid of this. Oh wait, I don't need these references anymore. Cut you. Cut you. I'm just gonna push you up here. I'm gonna keep these recommendations. For anyone that gave me recommendations, do not fret, do not fear, for those recommendations will stay here. And I will not get rid of them because I'll keep them as references for next year. They will be utilized for next year's Fairy Fashion February. So keep in mind for whenever suggestions that you go and make, they might appear in the next Fairy Fashion February. So let me go and just scroll these fairies. Oh, what? Oops. I want to just. I'm trying to select it with mouse. I probably shouldn't be doing it. I'll just do it. I should be doing it with my stylus. I have it in my other hand for a reason. Move that big chunker right there into the middle. Right there. Got our gum tipsy. I'll put her over here. Weish will go over here. There we go. McDonald's over here. And lastly, our representative on Tipsy goes right over here. But there you go, everyone. That is all 28 fairies. We got 28 fairies drawn. Now, obviously, one thing I did forget to go and do on the Yuka fairy is I forgot to put her wings on. Let me go and do that very quick. I should probably do that before I go and embarrass myself by saying the accomplishment that I have done of drawing 28 tipsies. Alright, here we go. I'm a little too zoomed out. get the other side. Oh. Alright, there we go, and then do this. Only in the transparent sections. And then I believe I have one example of her hair color being covered by wings. Where is it at? Dokoda! Dokoda yo! Where'd it go? There it is. Do I have the undercolor? I do have the undercolor. There we go. But there we go. Now we got them all. Look at that. There we go. Now they all have wings. They're all funny fairies. The tip army is here. We got all 28 fairies. Oh man, it's so lovely to go and see it nice and done and over with. Let's see. What I'm saying would be useful since I'm learning some new. What I'm saying would be useful since I'm learning new tricks with Adobe stuff I got. Oh, interesting. I don't know what I'm learning, but tip army lock and loaded. Is that an Anya? I see. Yes, there is an Anya Tipsy. If you scroll back earlier inside the stream, I just did that Anya Tipsy. That Anya Tipsy was part of the stream today. So let me go and choose a new music, another music from someone 45,356. Let me see. What shall I go with? What shall I see? What shall I do? What shall I see? What shall I hear? I think actually, you know what? I think the best song to go and do is probably just Tipsy's theme itself. But with that, I think this is better off to go and call it a stream for today because now all I need to do is build the EX image of the Tipsies doing the funny rotation thing. It's kind of like the starting soon screen like what I showed you guys. So I think we'll just do a quick overview of all of our Tipsies. How's about that? So we got our Tato Tipsy, Tato, Goku, Squid Girl, Mega Man, Mayano Top Gun, Pepina Ramen, Japanese McDonald's mascot. I would say her full name, but I forgot what her full name is. This is a very long name. Chimada Thank You, Pomni, Jirai K Tipsy, Caiaphas Kane, Asharipa, Administrator, Uncle, or Gyaru, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then we got Gum. I'm going to get rid of, there we go, change my selection tool so I don't actually draw on anything. Aqua from Konosuba, Yuffie, Hex Maniac from Legends ZA, Blanc from Hyperdimension Neptunia, Zao from Zenless Zone Zero, just on Kumano, Cardcaptor Sakura, Gordon Freeman, Anya Forger, and Yuka Kazami, and then finally we got a secret Koishi right over here. Look at that Koishi. She too has the smug face. But then again, Anya also has the smug face. They both have the smug face, but they're just variants of smugness. Variants of smugness that you cannot comprehend. But one thing I can comprehend is that I managed to go and do all 28 Tipsies. Here, I'm going to hit a checkpoint on that. The last checkpoint probably for this image. But with that, I would like to go and wish you guys a good rest of your day, evening, morning, nighttime, wherever you are. Because that's it for today. There's no more. No more Fairy Fashion February. Or at least, there's still 2 more days to go. You'll see those posts when they come out. But with that, tomorrow is a Hightail stream, so stay amped, stay blocking, stay ferrying, and whatnot. I don't really know. Anyways, till then, I'm Joe Munafuda saying what I just previously said in the funny phrase beforehand. Till then, later everyone. Bye-bye. And don't forget to vote fairy. Always vote fairy. Yeah, always vote fairy. Always.